Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk about something a little bit like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm starting to understand why content creators are always complaining about their mental health. Like, I finally get it now. I finally get it now. I'm trying to find ways to grow this channel and to get views. And I understand that the community is very passionate. Like, I get that, guys. Like, I understand that. And yes, it does kind of seem like I'm all over the place because sometimes I am just throwing things at the wall to see what's going to stick. Because let's face it, man, like, I want to grow, I want to cover things, but at the same time, like, I have to, try to find a way to, get the views so that, I can get some sort of income to help support all these things that I want to buy for the channel. Because let's face it, man, my income and my wife's income, it's pretty set. It's pretty set. I mean, like, she had the surgery, we had to cut some things back and stuff. I got my taxes a little bit earlier, so I bought the PSVR 2 because out of that and the Steam Deck, yeah, the PSVR 2 was more money. I can get the Steam Deck for $400 a little bit down the road. I mean, guys, if my PC content was doing better, that would be more like, I'd be more up to like jumping out there and buying that Steam Deck right now, because like I waited too long on it. I feel like I waited too long on it, and there's plenty of other people out there covering it really well. I barely I'm barely at a point where I'm starting to understand PC, and I'm starting to get into it, and I'm starting to see how things work, and I'm figuring it out, and it's getting easier for me. But I don't know if I'm still at that level to start covering Steam Deck the proper way, because I don't know how to get in there and like download all these um like all these whatever they're called, like emulators and all of this stuff that everybody talks about. Like, this, it's cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but I don't really have any desire to go back and play like super old games. Like, I don't, I mean, like, it would be cool to play, Breath of the Wild in like 4K or something. Like, that'd be really cool. That would be very cool, but it's not something that like I'm gonna go out of my way to try to do like right now. I've got so much on my plate with my real job, with the family, with the channel, and trying to grow and stuff. And that stuff's not really my niche, man. I mean, like, yeah, it'd be cool to learn, but I don't necessarily have the time to just stop doing everything that I'm trying to do and try to figure this stuff out. Because truth is, I still get frustrated when I'm trying to figure out some stuff on the PC. Like, I get frustrated with it sometimes. I still get a little upset when I'm trying to, figure out how to run a program or do something that I need to do for the channel. That stuff is frustrating. It took me so long just to freaking figure out how to use Streamlabs that it's frustrating because I don't have the time, and I'm so ADD, and I need to be able to focus on things, and I bounce around a lot. Like, I get that. I understand that. I get the complaints, and I realize that this channel here, I took it, more towards Xbox and stuff, and I'm fine with that. Like, I love Xbox. I think I like what they're doing, but at the end of the day, man, when the most views I get, guys, are from like the big AAA heavy hitters that aren't coming to Game Pass. Like Atomic Heart, I was surprised I got over 1,000 views on that first video, but everyone subsequent to that, about average for a Game Pass game, usually up to about 300. So it's like, I want to cover those games, guys, like I do, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to get in there and play those games. And if the views aren't there for the channel to grow the channel, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like YouTube's got their foot on my head, holding me down. Like, it doesn't make any sense how like a video will start shooting up, and then all of a sudden, boom, just it doesn't go anywhere. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't understand that, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to put all this work into this channel. Last year, man, I drove myself nuts. And this year, I'm trying to just, be calm and cover the things that I want to cover. And like, dude, I had so much anxiety this last week, finding out that, yeah, dude, I'm going to get my taxes back. I'm going to be able to get one of these things for the channel like really quick. And I was so I was stressed out, man. I was freaking out. And so I made, after listening to your guys' feedback after doing that poll, I read some of the comments. There's people in there saying, I shouldn't have got my Steam Deck. I want to sell it and stuff. And there was there was more and there was more, other stuff. And then people being like, yeah, man, I'm anxious about PlayStation VR 2 and stuff. And I figured that like it just makes sense. It's new for the channel. When I bought the MetaQuest 2, like nobody watched that unboxing and review video. So I was like, oh my gosh, man. So yeah, I am taking a pretty big risk on getting PSVR 2 for the channel, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to have fun with it. I enjoyed my PSVR 1. I enjoyed MetaQuest 2. And okay, here's the biggest thing. I want to cover VR on this channel. I do. MetaQuest 2 is kind of a little finicky and a little bit tough to try to, record footage and stuff for. Now I've been able to do it, but it's acting it like sometimes it works just fine. Sometimes like right now it's acting all weird. Like plug it in, it doesn't even freaking work. The screen's all like messed up or something, and it like just it doesn't work, and it's getting pretty frustrating. So I want to cover VR. I feel like PlayStation is probably going to be able to deliver some AAA type experiences on the PSVR 2. Well, at least I hope so, because that's the promise. That's the promise that they promised us, that they were going to support this thing and that this was the next step, and they made all these changes and made it better so that it would be able to do just that. So I want to be able to cover that, and I want to be, there from the get-go and cover it as the generation goes on. Like, I'm not going to cover every single game on VR, but here's the thing, man. Like, the places that give me, review code and stuff, the VR code are going to be the easiest to get. Like, they will be like, yeah, man, I want you to cover this game. So I'll be able to, I won't have to buy as much content for it, but I probably will buy most of the AAA stuff. Firewall 0 Hour, that game was pretty freaking cool on the PSVR 1. But I didn't want to go over and buy the Move controller or the Move gun or whatever, so I didn't, and I just played that one, for a little while. But being able to play the new one when that comes out, that's pretty cool, man. There was some pretty cool experiences on PSVR 1, and I didn't really have a problem with it. I thought it was pretty good for what it did. Like, I did not have any issues with it. So now with PSVR 2, I mean, I generally think it's going to be an improved experience over PSVR 1. Like, I'm already to the point where, like, I don't expect 4K 120 on it. Like, I don't. Like, already my PS5 can't do 4K 120 if it's life dependent on it. So I already have my expectations, somewhat in check. But I get what you guys are saying, man, and it's frustrating, man. That's why I understand why all of these content creators are always talking about their mental health. Because you are, in the back of your mind, you're worried, like, well, what's the community going to think about this? What do they want to do? And I mean, it matters to an extent, but it's also like, well, what do I want to invest my money on? And what do I want to buy? I mean, like, this channel does make a decent amount of income, and it definitely has, made it so that the financial burden isn't too much. But I made $5,117 on this channel last year, and I spent over $20,000 in like the PC, all the games and stuff that I bought. I mean, dude, I was over like almost $4,000 just on Xbox software alone. So, buying monitors and buying, like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, I invested almost 3 times more what I made on this channel. So it's like, dang, dude, I'm not going to do that this year. I'm not going to super invest. That's why I said I'm going to buy 3 things this year: PSVR 2, the Steam Deck, and that LG TV, man, that everybody tells me I have to have. And me personally, I'm like, dude, I'm literally going to buy an LG TV because the community tells me it's better, and I have to have it, because they just won't accept that my Vizio TV gets the job done. So whatever, man. You guys want me to get it? Fine, I'll get it. But I mean, it's just another expense that I'm going to spend to make people that I've never even seen happier. So I don't know. Why am I buying it? Why am I buying that? You know what I mean? Why am I buying that? I know me personally, I don't really care much for handheld gaming. I've never had I mean, like I said in that one video, I did have a use for it for a while, But now I'm to a point where, like, dude, I've got so many freaking screens and so many more powerful consoles. Do I really need a Steam Deck, man? I mean, I remember when I started this channel, everybody's telling me, no, man, don't buy a laptop. And now everybody's telling me to buy a Steam Deck. And I'm like, dude, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, I understand, like, the handheld thing, man, is like, oh, I'll get it. But, like, I don't necessarily need the or the Steam Deck. And if I don't, and if it gets to a point where I just don't care about it, I'll just give it to Junior. He likes handhelds right now. He likes to play a Switch in bed, so maybe that'll be, getting him started into PC gaming. But I will try it out for a while on the channel. I'll see how the videos go. I will buy that because I did promise the channel that I would do that. So I will get it every month. I'll start putting some money in my like Steam account or something, and then as soon as I have enough, I'll buy it. I figured that was the easiest way because with PlayStation I got to just buy it up front. With this, I can put some money on my Steam account. That was the plan. That was the plan. Just so you guys know, that was the plan, so I could get it here, within the next couple of months. So I was just gonna make some smaller payments on it so that I could get that. I don't even know why I have to explain this, but I mean, I'm reading so many comments and people just being so salty over this, and it's like, dude, I'm going to enjoy PSVR 2. Like, I'm going to enjoy it. I enjoy MetaQuest 2. I enjoyed my PSVR 1. Why wouldn't I enjoy PSVR 2? Like, I feel like there's so much like negativity about games because everybody's so tribalistic when it comes to games that it's like, why, dude? Why does that even matter? Seriously, when I started this channel, yeah, I had my issues with the PS5. Most of those are ironed out. It looks fantastic on my 1440p monitor. I've played, games like Forspoken at 720p and it was just fine with me. Like I don't some of that stuff doesn't really matter as much anymore. I mean, but like with Dead Space came, everybody was like freaking out on me about that. And I was like, "Dang, dude, I bought this game and I played it on and I started it up on the 4K TV, which was a big mistake. Because dang, man, that didn't look that great." And I was like, "Wow, what's going on with this? I thought this was a $70 banger and we've had like Callisto Protocol and The Last of Us and all of these other games that have come out that are basically, setting a standard for this Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake. And now we're looking at this and I'm like, what the freak is going on, man? Like, why are they charging us $70 for this?" And everybody freaked out on me for that. And so, yeah, dude, like I would much rather just play the games on my 1440p monitor and not really worry too much about resolution, because at the end of the day, man, we're all going to buy what we can afford to buy. We're all going to buy whatever console we can afford, whatever PC we can afford, whatever equipment, whatever accessories, whatever peripherals we can afford so that we can play our games. And it's you know, it's just something that I want to do. I am more interested in VR at this moment in my gaming life because I really feel like there's something there when it comes to sim racing. I do. And that's like the main thing. And you guys are like there's people in there making comments, like, really, you're gonna spend $600 to play one game? Dude, I bought an Xbox last generation to play one game. So yeah, man, like there are games that are system sellers. To me, Gran Turismo 7 is a system seller. Gran Turismo is not like, I wouldn't necessarily call GT7 like next gen visuals. I wouldn't. And I've made that perfectly clear on this channel. But I would say them are some dang good visuals, especially in VR. If they don't have to cut a whole bunch back, after watching like John Linneman's little video side by side with the I mean, that didn't look super cut back. That looked pretty decent. That there got me to the point where I was like, okay, man, maybe I will give this thing a try. Maybe I will give this thing a try. I bought the PSVR 2 with the Horizon Forbidden, or with the Horizon Call of the Mountain thing. My wife was playing the Quest, the Meta Quest the other day, and she was, doing like the rock climbing game that we have on there. So I was like, maybe she'll like that. We'll pick up that kayak game, and it's just one of those things where, like, dude, my wife likes VR. My wife likes VR. So I'm cool with like letting her try some of this stuff. Like, that's cool to me, man. Like, that's one thing that, she'll really engage in like video games is the VR. She does like the VR. She likes the Beat Saber, some of the other stuff. And so that's cool to me. That's cool to me, man. Anything I can do to help my wife start playing video games and not be so negative about them. Dude, $550 is, that's okay. And seriously, guys, like I really did think that this month was going to be well, this month was going to be super tough. Um, I was very fortunate to get my taxes back as quick as I thought. Well, I mean, these are my state taxes, dude. I pay like extra, and I was like last year for some reason I didn't get them until like April or something. So I was like, man. So I was kind of worried about it, But those came in. I was able to get one of the things that I wanted to get. I really, dude. When I went live and was talking about getting a Steam Deck, I was so pumped. If I would have had the money right there, I would have bought it then. I would have bought it then. Like seriously. Like I said, I've had so much anxiety over like these things, and so I did. I asked your guys for your opinion, and I did. I went the other way. I went completely the opposite of what you guys said. I know some of you guys voted, just because you didn't want me to cover the PlayStation VR. Just out of spite, I kind of feel, and that's why, and that's why I kind of just, looked at the feedback and stuff, because I know that the deck was stacked against PSVR. Even I've said negative things about the PSVR, man, but I want to get it right. I don't want to just sit here and hate on something and then, you know what I mean? Because it really does suck to try to like come back from like spending all that time hating on something just to come back. Me personally, as it sits right now, do I think PSVR 2 is worth $550? No, I don't, man. I think it would have been better at $399. I think it would have been better at $399. I think a lot of people, it would have been easier to justify paying $399 for that. That's just how I feel about it. I don't feel like it's worth $550, but I want to play it. I want to check it out. I want to be in the beginning of it. I don't want to, wait 2 years and buy it and then, have like, you know what I mean? Like I want to be there closer to the beginning so I can see it evolve and see it evolve on the channel. Like I want to see that. And I am, man. Like I was pretty standoffish about the Steam Deck. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I was. I'm standoffish about it still, but I am gonna get it, and I'm gonna play it on the channel for a little while. If the videos pick up and they do really well on that, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. If not, then like I said, I'll probably just get Junior a Steam account and then buy him a few games on there and just let him have it. So because I think he would really appreciate it. I do. I think he would like it. So all right, guys, that's all for tonight, man. Sorry I made a second video tonight. Like I said, I've had anxiety about it, but I'm pretty super excited to be able to play this VR2 and give you my real raw opinion on it, and we'll see how it goes from there, man. So if you like this content, don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.